boom. And that was the close of a $22,000 trade.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Conscious Day Trader. Today, unfortunately, is not going to be a good day in terms of it's going to be a very good day because of what the transformation that's going to happen. But unfortunately, I had to close a $22,000 trade. You might be asking, how did it get to that? And we're going to go in detail of why that happened, when it happened, why did I leave it run so much. There's going to be a lot of healing from this session. There's a lot of learning from this session. The good news is the account is not blown. One of the hardest decisions to do was to press that button, and you're going to see that how I did that to close that $22,000 trade. A lot of learning, and let's just jump in to the actual event. And let's discuss, before we see how I closed the trade, we're going to break down a little bit the build up to how we got there. Okay guys, so here we are. This is the pound dollar, and you can see those. It's like a storm. It's like a star falling on earth where I had to close the trade. I wanted to bring you here first because I wanted to show you where we got in. As we can see, the Conscious Day Trader and the repositioning trader has been, look at all these trades we've been taking. This is from the time we've been going live and on this account. But as you can see, we've been bullish on the pound dollar. I never thought that we'd be breaking from 1.3s to 1.5s. Now, you might say, where was the risk management in that? Because you used to say that you close your trade at 2,500. Which would be a week's worth of trading. Now, a lot happened for this trade, and we're going to go in detail. But before we do, I just want to show you my entry so we all have the same picture of what the trade was, how did it come to play, and why did I take this trade, and why did I hold it for so long. As we can see here, we had a huge push on the pound dollar, and we saw a Fibonacci retracement of 38, 50% and 61.8. So I believed that this push is going to be a continuation to the upside on the pound dollar because of Fed announcements and fundamental news that I don't normally pay attention to, but the dollar index was way too high, and I thought that we're going to be having a bullish opportunity for the pound dollar. Now, as you can see, my position side, you're going to see this when I close the trade, my position at this stage was only 2 lots, and 2 lots started coming down. So this is the trade. As we can see, these 1, 2, 3, 4 positions weren't able to be repositioned, and that is why I was holding back on giving the repositioning strategy to everyone, because I'm still evolving it. So giving you this, I didn't want this to happen to you. I wouldn't know if you will be able to come back from this. Why I say this repositioning approach always changes for me. So I need to, when it becomes solidified and how I use it, and it's more structured, which I don't think is going to be happening, then I could put it out there. But in terms of my trade, this was a normal situation where I've been taking a lot of times I would be able to close this trade for a loss. But what happened here, we're going to look at the date. This is 27th of July when I started this trade. So it's a swing trade, and you might be asking, why did you get into a swing trade? You're a day trader. We're going to talk about that as well. This broke down. I'm just going to give you the facts first of why we took this trade and why we closed this trade. One, we can see this reposition here, we're about $5,000 here in losing. We could have closed this trade. I'm going to tell you why we didn't. Then a continuation down. I closed this for break even. This trade closed this one. So repositioned, came down. I got an entry there, this entry, and this entry. These entries closed these ones, so nice repositioning happening, but we didn't have a push higher to be able to reposition the top side of this trade. It consolidated for a long time, which was quite painful. So here we are, 11th of August, managed to get a position here to reposition these. So these are out now. We've got one position here, and then we had this drop off in price action. I managed to take some profit here for 2,000. At this stage, this was the area where I should be closing that trade. It was down about $2,000 with all the profits, and because I have been profitable for so long and I have been able to manage any situation with the trades, I decided that this is the moment that we're going to become profitable. So we're going to be making more money. That didn't happen, continued lower. The pound dollar dropped 5% since its highs, ridiculous amounts in consideration of how short that period was for the drop. And this came to this point here, and I was discussing with my wife about it, and now we can see that it's starting to push up. This price can go all the way up again, and it will be fine, because what we did, we had to make a decision, and we closed the trade. The most difficult trade I had to close up to date, but I did close it, and as you can see now the account is at 4,991. I need to understand what the balance and equity is, because I'm going to be trading this now at 250,000 plus. It was 265,000 when I took this trade. So I had very, very, very close to passing that milestone, and I will tell you why I took this risk. So now this account is worth, if it's this number, it's worth 5,000. So we're going to trade it as a 5,000 account. If it's this number, then I'm going to trade it as a 3,500 account. So we're going to be building up like we always done, passing the milestones. But if it's your first time here, I want you to understand my history. I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm going to show you all my accounts, all these 4 accounts that I have. The Fivers, the Think Markets, the Instant Funding, the Funded Trader, and my Darwin X. And we're going to see how we're going to recover from this and how it's going to make us better in trading. But first of all, I want us to celebrate what we have achieved. I want us to take a minute and look at that guy there, SK Bootcamp trader, total payout of 26,000. No one can take that away from us. That is proof that my concept has been working and has been working well. This trade came into a very difficult time for me, and we're going to see that on the story of the TradeSync, which is the journal that I use is online. So we're going to look at that. But I do want to take a moment and be present about how this achievement has come. If we go on to the bootcamp, I am sure I am up there with the 1% or even less than 1% of people, first of all, achieving the bootcamp of passing the 3 challenges. Second, this was an 100K account. So I started here, grew it up to 250,000, and it went to 265, which it would be way more than to get me this account before I had this 22K loss. Now that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5. 8.5 milestones, if you want, challenges that I've passed profitably with more than 5% return. So I've returned a lot to the Fivers. Well, now I've given it all back. And I'm going to explain a lot about the percentage drawdown, the warning that came from Ruben, and how I responded to that. And we're going to go look at detail into this. I want to be fully transparent, just get it out there so we can heal from this and we can become, the better days can come. And if you're an honest trader and you're a real trader, you'll find that not a lot of traders will do what I'm doing right now. They will just hide it and trade other accounts. I didn't want to be that trader. I wanted to show you, I wanted to celebrate with you the good stuff, but also show you the bad stuff. And my plan, because I'm sure there's a lot of people there that have had this experience, maybe not at this level, at this money, but maybe at less money. But how we're going to come back from this, because the skill set is there. And the reason we closed the trade, we're going to review it, but there is a roadmap that we can take and a proven strategy that we're going to use to get back on track. Okay, guys, so here we are. This is the trade that I closed, $21,779. Wow. That's the biggest trade I've ever closed. I was very proud that I was able to close before we blew up the account. The reason is because if I jump onto the Fivers, Look at that. This was my performance, guys. I hadn't had a losing day. I'm not talking about a losing, even a losing trade. We didn't have a losing trade up to this time here where we started, and we're going to see what happened. It's quite, the timing is quite perfect to blend what happened in my real world, my real life, what happened with my dad and my sister, to what happened in trading. It's almost like the same situation happened, and we need to discuss that. Absolutely incredible performance up to this point. I am very, very happy with myself. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm super excited to be able to grow from this, because this is my low and this is going to be my growing point, and I'm going to bring you on this journey together. I just want to show you this when this happened here. So let's go back on TradeSync, and as you can see, let's go back to the year, because we have to start with the celebrations. Look at these. We didn't have a red day. We didn't have a red day from March, April. And it was from January, actually. There's 10Ks before this. And if you go back on my videos, you will see that it's just updated the new data. From January, 0 losing days, making $400, $500 every single day, $2,000 to $3,000 a week. Absolutely incredible performance. And I was on the way to getting those stages. And here, May, we see something happens. 8K, May goes to 6K. Okay, so this is the honesty comes in. The 7th of May, I had the news. I was on the phone to my dad about 15 minutes ago. And then an hour later, they called me to say that my dad passed away. It was extremely difficult situation for me. And I left on the same day, on that 7th of May, got on a plane, flew back. You can see no trading there for that week. After a week, I needed to distract my mind of the situation, and I started doing lives and trading again. But you can see the performance was not the same. Yes, we had some deceiving 500 days there and that, but it wasn't my normal self. Come June, we have another drop off of 2,000, so 4,000, and we can see that the trading, it was a bit up and down. My normally 500 days, $500 came to 1,000 profit, 800 profit, no profit, minus 192, minus 1,000. Not my normal way of trading, and that was creeping in. I should have taken that note to just go easy. We were still profitable, but it wasn't the normal Yanis trading or the conscious day trading that we're used to. July was when I started that trade on the 27th of July. We started again, and we're talking about the 7th of May is my first impact on what had with me. But before May, if we go onto my YouTube, so here we are on my YouTube. If we go back to my first ever live was, if we click on it, it's on the 27th of April. So if we go back to the 27th of April, it's here. So it was the 27th. It was before the news that my dad died. It was very close to it. And then we started doing some lives. It was going really well. And then the news came in. So we had two things. I was going live, which was a completely different experience of trading on my own to actually showing you live trades. And we did all these lives up to this point. And that we can see the drop off starts coming in when I go live trading, one. When my dad comes in when there comes the news that my dad has passed away. Those two things have had a huge impact to my trading. Now, what else happened during that period? A month after my dad died, my sister got diagnosed with cancer, a tumor of 12 centimeters on her kidney. And that was, my world just collapsed, absolutely collapsed. I was like ultimate lows. I didn't know what was happening to my world. This has never happened to my family. We were super happy. My trading was going amazing. Everything was on path. My son was growing. It was all perfect. We were in Bali, living our dream life, and suddenly just everything, one step after the other, was crumbling down on me. Luckily, my sister recovered, did a surgery, and this was happening in after sort of August time, this time here, around the time that I was actually dealing with that big trade. I took that trade on the 27th of July. So that's been holding that position through the whole scenario with my sister. And anyone who's going through a family member who's had cancer, they will feel how clearly it hits you that your world can just change within a second. But luckily, they managed to deal with it. We did the surgery. Everything was perfect. And my sister is super healthy now, and she's thriving, absolutely thriving. I'm so proud of her. So that was happening as well. So a lot of things on my plate. Now, the last thing that happened on this, during this period, whilst I was in this trade, the Fivers and Ruben announced that they're going to be bringing a 3% drawdown onto the Fivers account. And 3% drawdown on the Fivers account is $7,500 on my account here. So that really shocked me, because I always wanted to build a big buffer to make this from 250 to 265. So I had 15,000 in there, a big buffer that I can deal with a rainy day. So I had a conversation with the Fivers. I spoke with Ruben, I spoke with Alex and everyone, and they were really nice. They said, look, your performance is outstanding. We just need to do this to protect the accounts. But I said, this is going to affect my trading. I won't be trading it the same way I'm going to trade it. And they did said, because of your performance, outstanding performance, and we love you as a trader, we want to give you this milestone as you are now, and that 3% is going to come into the next milestone when you hit 275. My brain at that time, I was probably at an ultimate low with what was happening with my dad, sister, and everything. My brain, instead of saying, okay, let's try and adjust to this 3%, it said, okay, this is the last milestone. I'll be making big money. Because I can go into drawdown. Instead of doing 2,500, I'm going to do 5,000-6,000 drawdown to be able to make more money on the pound dollar. We've gone into 5K drawdown on this account from 15 in profit. No. Did it add onto it? Was it bad timing? Yes, it was, because I probably would have closed this trade for a few thousand. I just tried to do something different. I should have caught it. Why am I doing something different when everything that's been working has been that risk management? So with this, passing this milestone to 275, I decided to hold this trade for over 5,000. And at the 5,000 mark, I was starting to see some profit. So like the repositioning was working. I was like, okay, let's hold this trade so we can make more money. Then it went to 10,000. And as you saw on the Fivers, I have not had a losing day. So I was like, this is super discounted price. We're going to get more. I didn't add into the position. My position was actually quite small. It just, I held it for so long when it went down. I say small, it's quite big, but it was 5 lots in total, which is normal for me. I trade 1 lot per on that account. So I decided to hold it, and then it went to 12K, 15K, and there was the opportunity here when it went from, I can't remember now, 12K to like 5K. I could have closed this for a loss, but this was the moment where I was like, okay, we're breaking structure, filling up fair value gaps. This is the moment where it's going to come back, and I'm going to make my money before we jump on to the next milestone. That milestone is not got hit, because we had another further drop in pound dollar. In total, pound dollar dropped 5% drop in this 2 months. So I wasn't anticipating that. I didn't expect the pound dollar to be so weak. After the push we've been having after the 103s, like we said, we know the story of the pound dollar. And it happened. So what did I do? We're going to go and watch the video of what I did right now. Okay, this is me watching this trade. You can see my eyes. I'm quite shocked that I'm actually going to do this. Just going to pause it there. Just before I close this trade, I was having a chat with my wife, and my wife was saying, how have you brought this to 21K? It's like 21,600K. You've never hold these trades for so long. It has never been to drawdown. It's because I've never been in these kind of drawdowns. I was always profitable, and this was it was unfamiliar ground with. Now, what I'm happy about is that I'm happy of this guy that I'm looking at now with a different hat, but I'm happy for him because this is a very hard, difficult situation to do, to close a $22,000 that lot. That used to be my salary when I started. doing personal training. So to close my salary in one trade, that was a very, very difficult thing to do. Should I have done it earlier? Yes. Should I have closed it here where it repositioned and I made some profit in terms of like I would brought it back to 5K? Yes. We are human beings, and I'm a human being. I wish I was Superman, and I genuinely thought that this is going to continue to the upside, and we would be out of this trade with a lesson. And I'm glad it happened, because potentially that would bring in more bad habits. And we're going to talk about risk management, what we're going to plan to do in the future. A lot of people are here to see this close of the trade, so let's watch it. So I'm talking here and say I can't believe that the Yeti wasn't open, unfortunately, so you can't hear me talk. But I was saying I can't believe I'm going to close this trade. And it's the biggest trade that I've ever closed. You can see my reaction there. I'm kind of laughing, but I'm in shock. I'm absolutely shocked. You know how to close a full trade like this. You go right click, bulk, operations, close all, and boom. And that was the close of a $22,000 trade. It's difficult. It's difficult. Even to watch it now is difficult. Look at me. Look at me reacting to that. It was a big trade. It's a very, very big trade. So that is September. That's where we are. So I would just want to bring you back up to my accounts. I said I'm going to be fully transparent, and that's going to happen right now. I just want to show you all my accounts. I've got 4 accounts. I added I wanted to try instant funded, which is a 10K account. It's going to be doubling every 1,000. We can see we're up about, if you take the drawdown, the 1,000, we're up 6% on that. So I'm super happy how that is progressing. We need to make $1,000 on this, and then they would give us a $20,000. Then we've got TFT. This is a challenge, a standard challenge. We are up $1,000. We need to make 10,000 on this to be able to pass that first milestone of 10,000. And this one is my personal account on DarwinX, which I'm going to be using to track my record. And then, like we've seen on the lives, DarwinX is going to be an account that I'm going to be using to attract investors. So these are all the accounts. Obviously my biggest account is my funded account. I've got 2 funded accounts now, the 10,000 one and the 250,000 account, which is on, it's very low. It's on 3,591 balance. I think that is my actual trading balance. My equity, however, is 4,991. So I need to understand that. I think in the good news, maybe this is close to $5,000 account instead of a 3,591. I'm sure someone in the comment will tell me about this. But if I want to show you, if we go back onto the Fivers in the bootcamp, my maximum loss here is $4,000. So I have to treat my current account. This mistake has cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 milestones. So we're going back to the beginning. We're going back to treating it like a 100K account. And I have done it once, and I know I'm going to do it again. Am I disappointed? We do a lot of parts work in Vanguard, which is an NLP work every Wednesday for the members there. And what I'm going to do this week for the Vanguards listening, you're going to see me do this in real time. How I'm going to get out of this, how I'm going to use my NLP work, my psychology work, everything. You're going to see it live on Wednesday on our Q&A session. The Vanguard membership is a paid membership for $19 a month. You get 4 lives with me every Wednesday. And it's building like in a beautiful community. And I'm so proud of all the guys in there. And a few of them are starting to pass challenges. And I'm super happy for them. What do you get? You get the vulnerability of me doing an NLP session on Wednesday. You're going to see that live. I'm going to do parts work. I'm going to do what, like we've learned in the past presentations that I've given you, what am I going to be? How am I going to be coming out of this? How is this person, this part of me that is now being beaten down to the decisions and the life situations, going to use the other part of me which is the performance part of me, the extremely profitable and performance part of me, going to drag him out of that and push him into the direction that we need to go. So I'm going to look a bit back at this in a year's time when we're going to be trading millions. And that's the mindset we need to have, and be that this was the most crucial part that I needed to go through to be able to improve my risk management and to improve myself as a trader. Now, what happened? What do we think about the fibers? Was Ruben right about risk? I tend to say I was very angry about the 3% drawdown, daily drawdown. But then again, if I think about it logically, if I invested 100,000 to someone, actually my money, would I be comfortable with that 100,000 dropping 10K? Depending on your risk tolerance, you might feel a bit uncomfortable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to decrease my risk. I'm going to be going for 2%, 1 to 2% risk on the account. So in order to reposition a 1 to 2%, it means I'm going to be decreasing my lot size dramatically. But it's going to keep the account safe. It's going to keep my mind safe that I can't lose more than that 1% or 2%. And I do think I have to be honest when I'm wrong. I do think Ruben was right. You can't create an alpha on a trader if he's risking so much on the account, 10%. No investor will want to invest in me, even if it's one time in a year that the account drops to 10, 15%. That's not going to happen from now on. I need to improve on that. And I put my hands up. You were right, Ruben. I'm sorry about not listening to you as the risk manager of the fibers. But the good thing about me is that I am aware and I learn very fast. That is my biggest asset. I learn very fast. And this lesson is going to come at the right moment, at the right time, to make me the trader I need to be, to provide for family and so on, to have the life that we want. There we go, guys. That was a heavy video, but at the same time, it's a very light video because I want you to know that this can happen to every single one. And when this happens, like we said in the quote, for someone to have a crazy, amazing, incredible achievement, he has to have an amazing, incredible failure. That's always the case. Everyone fails, and how we react to failure, that's what makes us good traders or bad traders. If you want to be in the 1%, you have to be able to keep coming back when you're getting hit. And this was an unbelievable time for me. I don't need to go back and talk about it again. You have it here, and you know that I'm totally transparent with you in my life and in my accounts. What's going to happen from now? How are we going to tackle this? What are we going to do? First of all, is a huge recognition that the live trading didn't help me. It wasn't my dad, was it the live trading, was it my sister? I don't know what it was, but one of those things or all of those things affected my trading. So from now on, I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'm not ready to be able to trade live with 200 people watching me. And because it's easy to say, I'm not going to be affected by this. But then a comment comes in and says, oh, are you sure about that trade? Are you sure about that entry? And I should be able, with all the work I'm doing, to cancel that out. But at the time, I am not. I had to be honest. I am not ready to be able to deal with that extra information. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be trading live my accounts. I will be reviewing my trades on a daily basis. So you will have the trades that I will be trading. And I think that is really important for you to see how I'm going to get back to where I was and the growth of how I can grow the 5K back into that 12, 15K profit. Which I've done it so many times, and I'm super confident in my skill set that I can do so. But I don't want that extra pressure from the live sessions. The second thing that we're going to be doing is obviously we're going to be changing the risk tolerance. A risk tolerance is something that I will thank Ruben again. He's made that aware to me, and I'm going to be doing. And also I have to thank Darwin X, because Darwin X are looking for 1% a month profit. That's the traders they want. You can get funded up to 35 million if you can prove you can return 1 to 2% a month. I am chasing 10 to 20% a month. That's not realistic. Even if I'm a very good trader, I was reaching for the peak, and that peak is not realistic. I need to bring that down. And if I bring that down with my performance, it will be a lot easier to reach. So that's what I need to do. Focus on the small, profitable percentages that are going to come in, month out. And then I'm going to attract investors. So we're going to diversify. I love the fivers. I love the lesson that they've given me. I apologize for closing a $22,000 trade, but trust me, I will be back, and that profit will be back into that account. And when something like this happens, the first thing that I become is a super learner. That is how I respond, and I become like a hawk. I want to find that prey, and when I find that prey, I hone into it, and I really want to get it done. And we're not talking about killing animals here. We're talking about goal set, and that goal set is what has been an incredible year performance-wise, to life situations hitting us, to bringing back that Yanis and conscious day trader that brought us here today. So one more announcement on the Discord, and like I said, I'm going to be transparent on all things, and I want to be real. I want everything to be right for me first before I can be there for others. If I can't be there for me, then I'm fake. And I'm going to be transparent about it. I'm going to be honest about it. Let's go on to our Discord. So this is our beautiful Discord, and this is the tavern. This is the free version of the Discord, right? So there's a free version, and you can click on upgrade, and then you go to become a Vanguard. And Vanguard is the membership that we have here. Every Wednesday, you will get to chat with me and discuss. I do a little presentation on my mindset and what's made me the trader I am today, how I'm going to recover from this. This Wednesday is going to be a real, this is gold, guys. This is absolutely gold this Wednesday, because you're going to see me do the work. It's not just talking about the work. You're going to see me do it. And that is very, very powerful, because you can translate that into you. So on Wednesday, we're going to be doing a 1 hour of you watching me, how I work around this, or what's happened to me, how I can reframe it, how I can use different tools to get out of this situation and go back to what has made me a very good trader. As we can see here, we've got 572 members. Do I want that? No, I don't. I don't want members just to be in there. I don't know most of these blue names. I know the Vanguards, the oranges, because I've met them, but I don't know you guys. And I understand that this community is not only for me, it's a community for you. But that being said, in the first 8 weeks, I haven't seen the community, a consistent community, be building and discussing this as it would be. So I'm having second thoughts about having so many members in here, and what's the purpose of having so many members in here. I do want to make it a real thing. You know, I want to know Andrew. I know Anna. I want to know these guys. So how do I make this? I'm going to reflect on this. Do I just want to have the Vanguard group so I can focus solely on these guys and build a community that's going to help me and them through the stuff that I'm putting out there in the community that we have? Do I just want to focus on that? The other option is just to keep the live going and I hide it from me so I don't look at it, which kind of then it deceives the purpose of me running this, but at the same time it's not mine. I will speak to Marcel. Marcel, he's the moderator, and he is an absolutely amazing guy. He's always responding to everyone, and he's such a beautiful human being, and I'm so proud of what he is and how he is, and you know, Marcel is the people I want to be around, and I want to make this community a community of people that my tribe. I want it to be my tribe, but not my tribe as in it's my tribe, our tribe. I want it to be a group of people that can come on every Wednesday. We can chat about everything, anything, be able to discuss like we do, trading and our failures and our build-ups. I just want it to be real, and I'm going to leave it there. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to speak to the community as well, speak to the vanguards, and if you have made good relationships in the tavern on the free version, make sure you change contacts just in case something changes in the Discord. I don't want you to lose that information from each other. So make sure you are getting all the people, friends, or whatever you're making in this Discord. You connect with them. But I do want to think about this. What is this giving me? Is there any negativity that this is coming from in here? Because I can't run this, and I can't pay someone to run it. So Marcel is doing all this for free, by the way. He's the only thing he's received is a Vanguard membership, and he's doing ridiculous amounts of work. So I don't want this to be a place where it's a burden on me or on Marcel, or I want this to be a healing space for people and a place where they can find real traders going through the same, I can't say it, but the same stuff. So I'm going to reflect on that. I know that some people are going to be angry about this. They're going to be like, I want my free version of, and they're going to be like, why just let it run? And I might do that. I might just let it run and just hide it from me, because I can just right click and mute the category, and then I won't see it. So maybe that is what I will do, but I need to discuss it with the community as well. So if you have strong feelings about that, what you think should be the Conscious Day Trader Discord, let me know, because you might say, oh, here we go, another paid version of Discord. $19, guys. This is not my income. Trading is my income. But do I want to be paid a little bit for coming in and preparing presentations and doing live and seeing you, setting up the Q&As every Wednesday, running it and being able to answer questions of a profitable trader who's an honest person, an honest trader? It's very rare to find. I know Scruffy's out there. Scruffy is an amazing community that I would definitely go and join. But if you can't be paid for something that you love doing and for something that you're providing value, then I don't know why people, for me, I always paid for when I find value. And if you don't find the value, that's okay. There's so many other Discords that you can go and find, and you can find that value there. So I just wanted to include this because I wanted to be fully transparent about my feelings right now. These might change. Tomorrow I might be like, whatever, let's keep the free version and let it run as it is, unmonitored, and we can monitor the Vanguard and the book club and all the stuff that we're doing. This is turning into a long video, but I'm sure a lot of people are tuning in for the honest Yanis, and there he is. That's me being honest. That's me saying the goods and bads. I probably have decisions that are not great, and like I did before with Ruben, my understanding about my risk management was wrong. I put my hand up and I say, I was wrong, I need to change. The same with the Discord. I might come back and say my decision was wrong, and might bite me in the future, but I have to be honest to myself on how I'm feeling, how this community, what is this community giving to me and what I'm giving back to the community. And that's all we can do, guys. We can be honest with ourselves, honest with others, and the people that want to be a part of you and me, they will turn up. And the people that shouldn't be there and they don't want to be there, they will leave. And that is being human being. We can't, our tribe has to be our tribe, and someone else is going to build another tribe. That's how it works. So enough with the chat. I'm going to be seeing you because I need to trade now. It's 10 o'clock. I need to trade. I'm going to trade the NASDAQ on the two 1,000 accounts. The fivers, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to give it another week to reflect on it, and then I'm going to start trading that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a bit of clarity on where we are, where we're going. If you want to be part of this community of traders that live the goods and the bads, I will be here always. You can reach me on Discord. I will put the Discord in the description of the video. I know normally I say comment, but it might be easier on the description. So go down to the description and you'll see the Discord link. I've made it not expiring so you can see that. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. And what I will be doing, look up for, we might be doing some live sessions of just to touch base and reviewing the markets and reviewing our performances once a week at the end of Friday, maybe, where we can jump on and see where we are with our accounts and what we're doing. I think that is a better way than putting the pressure on there to delivering live trading. Like I did say on the messages, I think some people are going to be sad and angry at me today, but that's okay. That is okay. We can't please everyone. And if you are honest, you get some haters and you get some people that don't like you, but you do get the people that are there for the right reasons, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, guys, have a good one. Last one. See you later.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.